When you tell the other man that I've moved on, some men will also give you respect. They will respect
They
that.
will, but
They
it
will.
doesn't stop the fact that they will call to check on their daughter or their son.
Once in a while.
Obufumbo we bwatuuse simanyi wamubulengera bulungi
Tulengese.
bwetaaga
Like I feel like you have an ex
in the church.
No, what about?
Let me say, church, your ex is the worship leader.
worship
And also you
I think in this matter, God gives grace to different people.
Yeah, exactly.
God did not give me that grace.
I think. No, God is.
Hello, you're welcome to this space. My name is Beatrice Chimpi. I'm glad that you've chosen to join us. Been joined by three great ladies, Sandra, Babi, Karine. You're most welcome, and we are going to be discussing about a hot topic. Is it okay for a married woman or a married man to stay friends with their exes? Is there anything bad with that? So before we do that, I'll allow my friends to introduce themselves.
Hey, welcome back. I am Babi Nels, and I am married, 2 kids, 1 husband, 5 good years.
A man, eh?
A man.
Baby, yes, and you're welcome. Once again, Karine here. How are you people? How are our people? Yes, we are back again, and we're going to share a few things here and there, as usual. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to like, and don't forget to send in your comments. What do you think? What is your say? How do you want us actually to grow? Feedback is
What
good.
do you want us to talk about?
And what do you want us to talk about? It is good. Feedback is growth. And since we are just rising, we welcome every feedback. Thank you so much.
Wow. Thank you, Karine. Once again, I'm called Sandra Lubanga. Thank the Lord that we're here with some other interesting topic. I know you love it, you like it, but don't forget to like our channel, to subscribe, and to comment. In case you have something to share, please comment it there. It's interesting when we interact with our viewers. We love you so much.
Thank you all ladies for coming. Thank you for coming around. The topic is it okay for a married person to continue communicating with their ex?
Ate ex aba yakoze eki?
Barbara.
Ndina mwami wange oli mukwano gwange cyane. What is the problem?
The problem is there, my dear. Sandra, is it okay?
I can't say okay, 100% okay. It depends on the boundaries you set with your ex. Because there are instances I can give. For example, when there is that relationship where you were before, when it is really so strong, when you are so attached to each other, and then you break up in a bad way, it might not be good. But there are some people that break up because of long distances, and there are some people that break up when they have agreed in unity, in unison, like let us part ways, but let us remain friends. But even when you remain friends, you set boundaries. You set boundaries because I don't know how to term it. Because whenever there is someone that you always attached to, it's not always good to cross boundaries. Like there you have your friends. Not like all your friends come into your marriage. You have boundaries for friends. When I come into your home, there are places I cannot even reach.
Okay, Sandra. Like when do you sit with this ex to sit and argue on these boundaries?
No, you don't have to sit. Boundaries make themselves there. Of course, he knows she's married, but she's my friend.
No, even these boundaries, you can set the boundaries when you're moving away from the relationship. When you have decided, you know what? No, for example, you can say when the relationship doesn't work out, you say Peter, and then Peter says Sandra, this has not worked out. Maybe move on. Let me also move on. Then you make your boundaries clear. Do not call me. Do not do this. Like they will tell
this person.
Like they will tell our workmates. I do not expect you to call me at midnight. I don't expect you to call me at 10. I don't expect you to call me when it's family time.
Don't send me such a message.
Unless when I've given you permission. Because if it is family time, it is family time. So even those exes, I can take you as a friend, but you do not cross too much into my life. Actually, you do not have priority in my life. You do not have priority in my life, but you can be there. It doesn't mean that our exes are supposed to be our enemies. We ain't supposed to hate them unless, but why should you really even hate him? Yeah? Why should you really even hate him? Yeah, but no, you're not supposed to hate them. Yeah? You're not, unless when it was violent, unless
The
when
kind of,
you're
what is it, the kind of friendship that you had in that relationship? I don't. To the way you're looking at us like, really? You?
I'm listening because as far as I know marriage, I know everyone's marriage is different. But when people move on and get married to other people, first of all, there are people to protect. There is no way I want to be a friend to my ex in any way, even how, like she said, are you enemies?
Nga, what did that ex do to you for you
No,
to...
okay, Beatrice, it is like this. When you're getting married, there are things we talk about. Some people discuss about their exes and the reason as to why they left those relationships. Maybe because of the mistakes they made, and they do not want to make the same mistake with the new guy. So there they can create and say, okay, if my ex did this, or even the guy can tell. There's some guys who tell you, I don't want to see that guy closer to you again. And there's some guys that your husband might tell you, I have no problem with your ex.
With the dude.
Because there are some people when they've been exes and they become even family friends. And the guy bonds with the guy. And the guy bonds, yes, it's true. And the guy bonds with the guy. They can bond because of work relationships. They can even be in the same field. And then the other one admits that it did not what? It did not work. So it is always good to discuss your ex
With your husband.
in your courtship. And then you see, is he okay with it?
Yeah.
Like when you have our girlfriends, even your husband can tell you, I'm not comfortable with your
That
friend
girl.
Karine. Yet even she's a girl. I'm not comfortable with Karine. And then he will tell you all the reasons as to why he is not comfortable with Karine. And then even you agree. Are you taking Karine or you're taking Dennis?
So it means that you have to first know where your husband stands.
Yes.
On this matter.
What
does it mean?
Mm.
Of course, ex aba ex katiba mumukuba mami wofu.
You know, you might, for example,
You might use examples.
in these workspaces, you might find yourself working in the same entity with what? With your ex. And you're even in the same department. And then every time when you go back home, you know we talk about this work relationship with when you go back home, Karine did this, I'm supposed to submit to Karine, and Karine is your ex, for example.
Me, I think people will say that this is sounding insecure, but I don't know. I don't know how I start, because myself, I wouldn't want to my husband I wouldn't want to even hear about my husband's ex. I don't really. So it means that the way I don't want to hear about his ex, whatever is happening about her, I don't want to.
You know what? I think it would. The relationship. If your husband like took time to explain their relationship, the relationship that he had with their ex would bother you. Then it's better you stop them there, and then you're like, you know what, honey. If the ex, it won't work in this marriage, we chill. But if, for me, well, I'm saying it in this perspective, like, for example, my ex was my good friend, like we were friends, and then, we complicated things for nothing even, but he was my friend. But then the relationship bit was not working. But I still talk to him, I'm like, how are you? Because actually he also moved on with family.
So that is why I want to pose a question. That's why I want to pose a question. When you call him that how are you, and your husband gets to know that you're like, by the time you get bothered to ask someone how they are, like
how they are doing,
how is your husband going to take it if you're up there looking out for someone who is your ex in this
no, like I'm not saying that like you ask them how are you, like it depends on the conversation that you have at that moment.
Maybe my take would be, we are Christians. We are not called to hate. Actually, hate is a very
it's a big word.
It's a big word.
To us that we are called to love. The Bible says
faith, hope, and love.
Faith, love. But love
stands out in all.
So we are called to love. Me, the only thing I would allow, like in a relationship, is maybe when I meet him, maybe in the mall, I cannot be like, ooh, an animal. No, this was my friend. I can be like, hi, how are you? How is the going? But this thing of taking initiatives,
messages,
checking on him, calling on him.
Yeah, I understand.
Remember, you mentioned something like, actually he complicated things for nothing. Meaning there is still that
Attachment.
nothing
that wasn't
can
accomplished.
come out.
Yes.
You know what? You know the devil is a liar. You know
Actually,
that thing
me,
of
I rather
complicating things for nothing. So when you sit at that table at Serena, you'll be like, but what made us?
What went wrong?
There was nothing. It was you. You weren't patient. I had to finish my medicine. It's my course.
I know.
That
Why
nonsense.
didn't you wait for me?
Me, the only thing I would maybe allow I would be like, hey, hi, guy, how are you?
That is the
How is
friendship I'm
family?
talking about.
Yes,
Of course, not going
but
to
I
that
cannot
going out on a
be-
date with my ex. No,
Checking
no, no, no,
on
no, no,
you,
no, no.
calling you for tea.
I know.
I think it goes back to setting
Boundaries.
I don't see the reason as to why you should be getting your phone and texting your ex when even there is nothing that is connecting you. There is nothing that is connecting the two of you. You're not enemies and you're not friends. But you're there, like people you can say, hi, hi, hi,
Yeah,
hi,
that
hi,
is the
hi,
friendship I
friends.
mean, like,
So
my
I
that you are
cannot
going out on a
be-
date with my ex. No,
Checking
no, no, no,
on
no, no, no,
you,
no.
calling you for tea.
I know.
I think it goes back to setting
Boundaries.
I don't see the reason as to why you should be getting your phone and texting your ex when even there is nothing that is connecting you. There is nothing that is connecting the two of you. You're not enemies and you're not friends.
Yeah, maybe when Baby was sharing, what about this relationship where there is a child? Yes, he's your ex, but you have a child with this
You're
man,
co-parenting.
and you have to cooperate. I mean, operating to make this person, also grow. Because this is your child. How do you go about it? Maybe it is the only thing I can close my eye and be like, man, I have to call this nigga because it's the father of my child.
This innocent child in between the two. So you ask your husband, how are we going to handle this child? Is the child staying with the mother? Is the child staying with us? If the child is staying with us and the other woman has moved on and the man is saying there is nothing that I need with Sarah, you do not expect them to be jazzing all the time. Unless when Sarah calls to check on the child.
Of course.
And only so you do not expect your husband to be all the time. I was with Sarah and we were discussing about
No, that is stupidity. That is actually not setting boundaries.
Yeah, you
like
set
the
boundaries.
thing you talked about. But cooperating, one thing I know, I don't think it is static. And all the time, what you discussed in first year, it will be the same in third year, in second year, and third year, and fourth year. No. I don't think, because even us, look at our children in our homes. Things keep on changing.
Yeah, true things.
So the systems keep on changing here and there. But the only question I'll be like, how far? How
Yes, that is
how?
how.
Me actually, in the whole of this scenario, I'm worried about the other person.
The other party.
Yeah, the third party, the one who is the current
and
spouse.
to make it like worse, to make the matter worse, when this person is not yet married or settled, they are still desperate looking at
Even if they are not even married, even if they are married, right now things have gone berserk that people can even sleep around or date each other when they are
married.
still-
You'll be like,
maybe.
Somehow you feel
just
secure.
imagine, beautiful Beatrice, she's not yet married, and she was your husband's ex. Beautiful, smart, and they're always, hi.
For me, the moment I feel insecure about Beatrice, and I tell you, Mnange, honey,
Yes.
I'm not comfortable with your ex.
Yes.
Chill.
It
And then
takes us back.
they will say that you're insecure.
No. Let me tell you, it goes back to the respect. If your husband respects your feelings, somehow they will act. They will keep it. They will keep it. Have you ever had, I don't know whether I've had stories of children who have grown up even without knowing their moms or their dads.
For me,
when
I'm
another man took over the responsibility, when the kid maybe was 2 years or 1 year, and that man has raised up the child like their own.
Yeah, you're right.
Till this girl reaches campus, and then they say, this is not maybe your biological father, and even some are not even told. So it depends on the system you have created between you as a couple. Because when you have a child from a past relationship, those are the things you discuss in your courtship. You say, yes, I have a child. Are you taking me with my child? Then the man will say, okay, you have a child. I do not want to hear about the other nigga.
I'll take care of
I'll
the
take
child.
care of the child. I'll pay for the
But
child.
it doesn't
I'll
stop
do...
the fact that
It is-
other person is the father.
It doesn't stop the person, but then it is you to honor your word. Either you keep on texting that man, or you will honor
But
the
the
word you
person
promised.
will call.
No, when
the
you
father will call, even if the child is being
when you
taken
tell the
care
father,
of.
those are things that you go into, okay, court and blah and blah. But when you tell the other man that I've moved on, some men will also give you they will respect
They
that.
will, but
They
it
will.
doesn't stop the fact that they will call to check on their daughter or their son.
Once in a while.
But,
And
the husband
water.
can understand
that is okay. Once in a
Of
while
course, you know
is
it's not
okay.
your child.
Hey, once in a
But
while.
that takes us to the point. Is it okay?
Me, I think you should have a
once in a
solution.
while. Once in a while is okay.
Yes, I think
what
we need a
what,
solution.
Yeah, what
Me,
we
the
do not
solution
want-
is to put a mediator. The
Ah,
senga of the child.
And the funny
that
thing,
is a long process. That process is very
it
long.
is also, but actually,
but-
you're putting people into your marriage. You know,
Yeah,
things
into
that
your
they
problems.
solve, eh?
Look, I'm already married here, then you...
Marriage, I told you, you know,
Mediator aliwo makati ga baby daddy kugamba netaga pampa Karini yazisaba si mukazi yazisaba.
Remember, we are talking about the situation where this other man is taking responsibility of the child.
Sandra, obufumbo bwe bwatuuse simanyi wamubulengera bulungi.
Tulengeze.
Bwetaaga okubeera nga buli protected from all angles. Nze mbabuulira. Nze bwensanga nze okuprotectinga omutima gw'omwami wange Kimpi nensanga ex mu mall muyitako ng'atamumanyi. Nze okubuulira nkuyitako ng'atakulaba nga
Not even a high?
I'm telling you, no.
Ah, nice.
Ate naye kyemusuubira nze kati nga muli mu kushoppinga then mumanyi bulungi n'erinnya ngwalwa atandika hi Karin.
Yes, hi.
When neyongerayo ne katroli kange.
No, you just say hi and then you move on. You just say hi and move on.
But my husband would do what you do. Now me, I'll be like, you guy, you're still there.
How are you?
How's life? 1 hour.
Excellent.
Like I feel like I feel like my ex. We are not at about what about.
Okay.
Yeah, like if I find you can say, I'll run away. What do you want, Like I'm that like kukubo rally and I move on.
Me, yeah, for the mall case, Beatrice, me, I would say hello. Hi.
You say hi and
This
move
is not
on.
my enemy.
Yes.
Like,
They don't can you that. Don't go like that. When guy and God, I don't be wrong.
Mpozi nga mwami wange tamumanyi. Omanyi ebirowoozo ebivaawo kati nga nze Beatrice mbeera ngenda kulowooza oba ba plannings oba
Now, let me give you a scenario. Let me ask Christians, we are from the same church. You have an ex
in the church.
No, what
let me say, church, your ex is the worship leader. And also you in the worship team. And your husband is in the congregation.
Nakirabanga sikisobola n'atakimpa.
No, your worship leader, why? The worship, yeah.
The only thing is the fact that you don't need to take time, sit
Yeah,
back
yes,
and chill. But in the mall, I think I can say hello. Even at church, I can wave to that person. The fact that he chose me over you, that one alone can.
Yeah. Actually, like what Babs has said, even when you're in the same
Confidently
church,
in Christ,
you just
in
treat
the
that
Lord.
person, yes, like a brother in the Lord.
Yes.
Like a sister in the Lord. But what you don't have to do is to bring those people
Those-
close.
yes.
May I think
for what?
May I think in this
Into your
matter God
space.
gives grace to different people.
Yeah,
God
exactly.
did not give me that grace.
I think. No, God did never, Beatrice.
I don't have it. The moment I know, you nemanya bumanya mbu akwegomba.
Jesus.
Wow.
No, but
Ne bwe nkusanga nkulaba ng'ekizikiza.
we need to
But
work
anyway,
on
there are
that
some
now.
friendships.
Hey.
We need to discuss
Even
that
with work
with
with
Beatrice.
there's some
Yeah, we need to buy that.
There's some friendships like a co-worker.
But there are calls, even you can see the vibe.
Waliwo ne call ya saa 12 ez'olweggulo naye nga nkyamu.
Hey, there are